Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. All right. So I had an appointment today, and everything is sorted, and I am here. Let me see. And thank you all so much for being here. Okay, let me say hello to a few people. Oh my goodness, there was quite a chat going. Connie Bomber! Connie, I'm so glad you're here. I didn't realize that you were not able to comment last time without a super chat. So anyway, I think I got it all sorted out. I only, did like 1 day subscription or whatever, so I think we're good. All right. Hello, Church Nelly. And Catherine Bryan, hello to you. Clara Kadori, Angela Bauman, Marshar, hello. Williams, hi. Jelaine, let me see. Monstein, right? I think so. I think I got that right. Okay. Uh, hello, Berta Sanchez. Uh-oh. Okay, so that didn't work out like I thought it would. Oh, wait. All right, that's better. Okay, so let me see here. Hello, Miranda Rios. Hello, Gwendolyn Daniels. Lucy Wynn. Hello, Elaine Parker. Rodney Jackson. Hi. Yasmin Huron. Hello. Kids Indoor. Mary Hiker. And let me see. Oh, okay, Mary. I just saw that. Last time celebrating with some Baron. Well, thank you, Mary. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope everything is going well with that. And thanks for keeping us up to date because we want to keep you in our prayers. We want to keep all of our squaddies in our prayers. You're very brave. Thank you for sharing that. Berta Sanchez, yes, I said hi. Let me see here. Church Nelly, yes. Okay, you know what, you guys? I'm just gonna go all the way to the very end. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, let's get started then. Hello, Annie Bullard, who wants to say hi to a bunch of people. There you go. We're always glad to help with that. All right, so it is October. And as you guys know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That is when, I guess, everywhere, but I know in the United States, everything goes pink. Um, some municipal vehicles, some trains, all kind of things are wrapped in pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this is a disease that has affected everyone. I know that it has affected my family. And anyway, as I was just saying to Mary, that she was very brave. I have seen such bravery. Um, I have to tell you guys, my grandmother had breast cancer, and eventually she died back in the 80s. But in spite of everything that she was going through, with the the lymphoid, one of her arms had swollen really bad, and um, it was just one thing after the other. And I remember how strong she was and how she went out and walked every day and got fresh air in spite of everything. And at one point, she had almost given up, but my grandfather was like, "You got to get out of that bed. You got to get out of that bed." And she, um, she didn't want any of it. But eventually, he just said, "If you just walk to the front of the house and back every day, at least once, twice a day. And she agreed, and she did that. And then eventually she went to the corner and back. And then at some point, I'll never forget this. And anytime I feel like I can't do something, I remember how strong my grandmother was. That example that she taught to me when I was a kid of getting on with it. I wonder if she was part British. Anyway, she had this very get on with it attitude and very stiff upper lip. And she would put on 3 pairs of pants in the wintertime, and she would walk in the snow, in the ice, just to get her exercise in every day. So every day when I was a kid, when I stayed over at my grandma's every day, we would get up and go out with the little shopping cart, and she had that little change purse with all the coins in it, and we would go over to the FW Woolworths and over to the other stores and everything, and she'd get out there and she'd get that walk in every day. So thanks to my grandmother, as you know, I have such a love for traveling. And thanks to my grandmother, that is why I went to not only Disney World, but Disneyland as a kid. Those were the first times I traveled. I still remember taking that Delta airline flight to Orlando. And we went to Knott's Berry Farm. We went to the Sea World, and we spent a day in Tampa. I forget what the attraction was there, but in spite of everything, she was able to take myself and my cousin on those trips. So, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is always a very important time on the calendar for me because of the experience that I had with someone suffering from breast cancer when I was a kid. Although it's hard to say suffering because of how courageous she was and how strong she was in spite of everything. But I always say that my grandmother was the one who gave me my wings because she taught me how to travel at a very young age. And ever since then, I have had the bug that I always want to go somewhere. So that is where it comes from. So thank you to my grandmother in heaven for giving me my wings so that I could travel the world. And remember, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So Leg says a super chat, the Royals are everywhere and nobody cares. And that's why we're here to point that out, Legs. Thank you so much for your comment. And thank you for the super chat and for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so I went and got my grill today, and I was trying to do the show with my new teeth, and it just didn't work out. So I had to snatch them suckers out. But oh my goodness, I have my smile back. I'm so happy, but I can't do it right now. I just got them, and I can still hear, the difference. So I got to practice with them so I can get myself to the point where I sound normal again with them. Hello, Black Cougar. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Great seeing the squatties here today. We're so glad you're here today. Thank you for being here. My Duke and I podcast, Anita. Thank you, Anita, for being here. Anita, would you like to hear me say your name with my new teeth? Let me try it. Hold on. Anita. Well, that's not so bad. Anita. I still sound like Sylvester. Suffering succotash. Yeah. I don't want to get the microphone too juicy, so let me take those back out. Ah. Woo! That's a good fit, I tell you. I could barely get them out. That's a good thing, right? Let me see here. But anyway, Anita, you're the first person that I have said your name with my new smile. So thank you for that. All right, let me see who else is here. Uh welcome if you just joined us. Remember, it is October. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Oh, thank you, Black Cougar. Thank you. Oh my goodness, she was so strong. And I remember when she went back to college, just out of the blue, she went back to college and got her associate's degree after um, the breast cancer. I mean, she was just very, very much a motivational figure in my life. And I'll never forget the time when she told her children, she said, my cousin is in West Germany. Remember, it was West Germany. And she said, I want to go. And so that meant that the daughters went into one of the bedrooms and got into a huddle. And you know what that was for, right? They wanted to figure out how are we going to pay for this. So they, and I love that cooperation in the family like that, where she could just look to her daughters for, I mean, she didn't really ask them as much as she suggested that they, figure out how they're going to do it. And so that's what happened. They all pooled. And next thing you know, my grandmother went to West Germany when I was a kid. And brought all these exotic things back. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. But that's just how it was. I mean, she was the gangster, the baller. She just say, "I want to go," and that was it. I mean, it was almost as though you were watching the scene from The Godfather. Um, she made them an offer that they bet not refuse. But I'm so glad they did. Okay, let me see. And Leg says we have Ann, Ford Fiesta, Charles, and Baldy Locks doing things, and no one cares about them. The only person everyone cares about is Meghan and Harry. Their influence is global. You are right about that. So, yeah, you guys, thank you for letting me tell you about my grandma. I don't usually talk about stuff like that, but I guess to honor her for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it seemed like a good time to do it. Our grandmothers, they were filled with wisdom, and that is very, very true. That is so true. Um, Let me see. Okay. All right. Oh, Lorna Castellanos, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Happiest of Wednesdays to you. Greatly appreciated. I love the fall. I love the fall. I love those pristine, cool, dry days of the fall. It is my favorite time of year. Um, and thank you, Lydia, for remembering my birthday is next month. Let's see. Maybe that's why I love the fall. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex and being a member as well. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. So, um, yeah, that's true. Family love and support. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Those were the good old days. Joan Garcia, Baron Petal sang on her podcast last night. A squatty suggested a duet. I heard that actually. I was eating dinner and listening at the same time. Oh my goodness, she doesn't she have a beautiful voice. I kind of knew it, but I never actually heard Petal sing like a song before. So that was really, really beautiful. I thought it was great. So, and I think a duet is definitely due. So, um, I think that maybe we can do some slides of Harry in the uniform and do "Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong." Okay, I think that would be perfect. Who knows what tomorrow brings in a world few hearts survive. And then I'll do the what is his name? I forget. All I know is the way I feel. When it's real, I keep it alive. You have to do the hands and the twitching and stuff like he does. Um God, what is his name? Joe Crocker. Joe Cocker. Yeah, Joe Cocker. But oh, by the way, Thank you so much for the super chat, Joan. And thank you so much, Joan Garcia, for being a member and for watching Royal Sussex. Joan, I still got to order my coffee. I got to order my coffee. I want to get something that I don't have already, that's for sure. But I am going to do that very soon. Thank you so much for the octane. What is it? Octane boost. That is the octane boost. Rohini. Hey, Rohini. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. Again, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so celebrate the very strong people in your life that have survived or um, those who may have passed on, like my grandmother. Let's celebrate them because it is something that still needs research and funding, and at some point we'll get there. We will get there. But wow, I it's so weird because I almost never talk about my grandmother, and least of all not in a public forum like this. And here you guys got me um going through some memories of traveling and just walking to the store with her. Let me see here. Oh, really? Okay, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you like my singing, huh? Oh man, you got me laughing out loud, almost choking on my food. I'm a silent listener. This is my first time commenting. That song from you was too funny. Loved it. All I know is the way I feel when it's real. I keep it alive. I mean, Joe Crocker, is it Joe Cocker? He had like this little, um, I guess it was like a little twitch or something that he would do when he would sing, like a little tick. But it kind of helped him convey the song. So, we ain't tripping, but it did help him convey the song. So, whatever it takes. But oh man, that was a great song. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Lorna. Thank you. Yeah, she was very special in my life. Thank you so much. Okay, let us move on then to the next thing. Hit it, Andy. Okay, archetypes. Well, you guys, I didn't go back and watch it again, but I tell you what, I was so inspired by the archetypes, and I'm just like still thinking about it. And that is what happens when I listen to the archetypes the whole next day, all evening, and the whole next day. I just keep thinking about it. It just, um, I feel so informed. I feel like I learned a lot. And Margaret Shaw is someone that I've seen over the years, and much like with Mariah Carey, not anyone that I followed so much, but then all of a sudden I have had an awakening, and I'm just like, wow, she's great. And of course, there's all of that that has redeeming social value, and that, of course, is that we learned about those tropes about the Asian women and how they are depicted, how they are sexualized, marginalized, as well as I guess the misogyny that is used against them and how they are portrayed in our media is something that I have to admit I wasn't really paying attention to it. I was just kind of going about my business. And yes, there were times when I would see those movies and I'm laughing right along with everybody else, not realizing that those stereotypes were injurious, I think is the word, to some people, that it caused pain. And so I was just like, wow, I didn't really think about it. It's just as a kid, that was all I known about, was I remember watching the Charlie Chan and, the way he would speak English. And while I had respect for him as being this great investigator on those Sunday afternoon movies, now I have to give it the old side eye. And of course, Breakfast at Tiffany's, one of my favorite films. And Mickey Rooney, one of the most talented actors ever to come out of Hollywood. But now, and you know what? The thing is, the whole role that he played in that show, I didn't think it was really that funny the first time I saw it. I know it was like a comic relief added to the movie, but it really wasn't that funny. I was One thing that I always look at in a movie is the scenery, the cinematography, the backdrops, the scenery, the locations, all of that is something that I study because I want to recognize certain elements of the period that is being depicted. And so when I look at Breakfast at Tiffany's, I'm like, oh, 19, what is it? Was it the 50s or 60s? But anyway, 1950s or 60s New York, and living in this apartment that was probably a mansion, at a townhouse, rather, a big, upper class townhouse. And so I was fascinated with all that stuff. So I didn't really um, and I thought the story was great. I love the party scene. The party scene was the most epic thing ever. But as far as Mickey Rooney, he was just that quirky character. And I thought I didn't think he was that funny. I love the fact that they had an Asian represented. I love the fact that he was living, in New York like anybody else. He wasn't segregated to, you know, I know he was supposed to be a Japanese character, but he wasn't segregated to Chinatown or some Asian community in New York that he was, living and working like everyone else. But the teeth and the glasses, and of course the fact that he's not Asian, is problematic nowadays, very politically incorrect. But that is, I don't think I had ever watched the movie as a kid, so I don't know if I would have ever thought it was funny. But as an older person, I just thought it was a bit kind of like, you know, just just comic relief, and it's just one of those things you tolerate to get to the next part of the movie. So, too bad for Mickey Rooney. Oh, 1960, let me see. Mickey Rooney did apologize for doing that role. He said if he had a chance to do it all again, he would not do it. I could imagine. I could imagine. And just like anybody else at the time, you didn't really recognize how offensive it was because there was just no like well, you know what, I can't say that because I don't know, but I don't know that there was any body or interest that would have um you know protected um the Japanese community or the Asian community, or even call them out, as there was the NAACP was constantly calling out Hollywood over the years. So yeah, and to try to quiet them, they would do like, oh, a Lena Horne or a Sidney Poitier or something like that, and say, see, look at what we're doing, we're progressive. But yeah, yeah, so anyway, I learned a lot. It was quite fulfilling. And I don't know what the appeal of something like this is to the mainstream, but I have to say this is like right up my alley. This is all me. I love learning stuff like that. So anyway, thank you, 1960, for your comment. Let me see here. I don't know what is up with Good Morning Britain. Hoghead Pierce Morgan is gone, and it's like someone told Suanna to amplify her voice on Meghan hate. I am so glad their audience has called them out. They need a light. Okay. I haven't seen that show in quite some time, so I didn't know that she was like trying to pick up where he left off, but that's too bad because I'm sure she's a nice person when she's not hunting for ratings. So let me see. Moonstone says, yeah, Mickey Rooney's part as Japanese character in Breakfast at Tiffany is really awful. That's how those representations was conveyed in those days. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. I just imagine if generations ago they would have, if people of non-whites would have had a chance to just demonstrate that they live, work, play, love, and worship just like everybody else, how much further this country may have progressed. And you know, yes, that is something to consider. All right, thank you so much for that. Let me see. Joan Garcia says those directors and producers would rather have white people play every ethnic group in those days. Yeah, like John Wayne as Genghis Khan, and Audrey Hep was Catherine Hepburn as an Asian woman. Seriously, but that's what happened. And you guys remember what was that movie? The Letter with Betty Davis. Like Betty Davis is my all-time favorite actor. Betty Davis, a powerhouse. When she played in The Letter, they would not cast. I believe that the Asian love interest for her dead husband, or yeah, I believe it was her dead husband. I think the Asian love interest that he had, um, I think that was played by a white actress or actor that was made up for the part. So yeah, yeah, interesting. But yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, you had a whole pool of talent out there, and yet they would not call upon people to play those various roles. Thank you so much, Joan Garcia. Legs, remember Cherry Clan Candy? Offensive images. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but thank you for your super sticker. I just noticed that. Yeah, thank you so much for your super sticker. And Legs, thank you so much for keeping the conversation going. I always look forward to your comments. Thank you so much for that. Even if they're not super chats. That's what I'm trying to say. Lucy Wynn says Betty Davis is my favorite actress of all time. Me too. Singer, Aretha. Jazz, Ella. Acting, uh, Betty. That's what I go in. So now, you guys, if you ever need to try to figure out what my password is, I just helped you out. When they have that question, what is your? There you go. I just helped you out. Your first city you vacationed, or well, your first flight, Orlando. All right. So there you go. Have it what's left of my bank account, will you? Let me see. Elsie Register, super sticker. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And I'm looking at your profile picture. How beautiful. I love your outfit you have on there. That color is gorgeous. Wow, that brightens up my monitor. Thank you so much for that. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford is mine. Hello, everyone. Hi, Donna Black. I love Joan Crawford too. I really do. You know, I only ever really got into Joan Crawford after watching Mommy Dearest. And I watched a few of her movies, and I thought that she was just like this clothes horse that really was, modestly talented. Oh my God, she was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh my, I tell you guys, don't let Mommy Dearest discourage you. Go back and dig through some of those top rated Joan Crawford movies, and you won't be sorry. She was awesome, a powerhouse, huge, and she earned all of the accolades she ever received because oh yeah, she was just incredible. Uh, Okay, you guys, I got to keep this conversation moving. Oh, by the way, thank you so much, Elsa, register, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Wednesday to you. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, and so Telegraph, Express, Time, Sun, Mirror, Daily Fail, and all the other ones that I may not have mentioned, they're always after our Duchess. Was it something she said? Was it something she done? No, it's just that she was breathing, that she was alive. Mildred Pierce, yes. Vita, I could kill you. I love Mildred Pierce. That was her Oscar winning performance. Vita. Okay, tacos versus attack, dissect versus blast, takes to task versus slams. UK media ongoing harassment of Meghan Markle is both insidious and no, okay, I can't see that word. Hold on. And wildly unhinged. While ironic that in their reporting on the Dragon Lady archetype, it is ironic because they're supposed to be reporting how misogyny and abuse and harassment has happened, but instead they go after the messenger. So anyway, ironic in their reporting on the Dragon Lady archetypes, the British press is using the angry black woman trope. Make that make sense. People magazine. Now, this is the difference between one side of the Atlantic and the other. And you guys, let me please remind you, we're not here to bash the citizens of the United Kingdom. Um, I had to try to avoid saying subjects, but they really are subjects of His Majesty Prince Charles technically, but the citizens of Great Britain. We're not here to take the task uh, white people. Okay, that's not fair either because um, a few bad apples, etc., etc. So please, you guys, try to restrain from make singling out an entire country or an entire. One thing I hate is when people like talk down another person's place of birth or something like that, or when they go after or single out, because there are bad actors every place you look. But we will definitely have the conversation about institutionalized racism. So we're not going to turn away from that, but I'm just saying, you guys, please be careful of the language that you use because we don't want to. Oh, I love Barbara Stanwyck, Black Cougar. Oh, I love her. But anyway, we don't want to finger point and stuff like that because it's not fair. Hello, Sylvia Dixon. All right, so Meghan Markle breaks down toxic Asian stereotypes in let me see, that was in the well, I think that okay, it cuts off there because that was like the headline used, but I think it would say archetypes. So it was shortened for the purposes of these slides that were created by Royal Suitor. Thank you very much. But anyway, so Royal Suitor has broken it all down here. So that was People Magazine. That is what People said. An American magazine, even though they have had the influence of tabloid reporting before. But Meghan Markle breaks down toxic Asian stereotypes in Archetypes. And then, of course, the Wrap says Meghan Markle tackles toxic stereotyping of Asian women. Meghan Markle takes some classic movies to task over blah, blah, blah. Meghan Markle and Margaret Shaw dissects, being the operative word, the dangers of, blah, 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 stereotyping. And Meghan Markle talks racist dragon lady trope on her archetypes, I bet it said. So that's the American version of it. Now, let's go over to the United Kingdom. Meghan hits out at the film's toxic Asian stereotypes. Meghan attacks Hollywood caricatures of Asian women in films. Meghan Markle slams. I'm trying to make sure I'm rising up to the vitriolic language that they're using. Meghan Markle slams Hollywood for toxic representations of Asian women, of course. Meghan blast. Meghan is now blasting Austin Powers and Kill Bill over sexualizing. And then, of course, Duchess of Sussex criticizes over sexualized characters of Asian women. So let's break it down again. The US, she breaks down, she tackles, she takes, dissects, talks. UK hits out, attacks, slams, blasts, and criticize. Now, the only thing that's missing is their usual word, bombshell. It's always a bombshell. You don't even have to be in the field of battle. If you just look at the British tabloid media, there are plenty bombshells. So that is the breakdown. Thank you so much, Royal Suitor, for that. Royal Suitor is, I tell you, God sent Royal Suitor for the purposes of defending the Sussexes, for pointing out the hypocrisy. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I before I forget, uh, Mo Shannon was so taken back by all of the birthday greetings. She attempted to reply to you all on the community tab for yesterday, but she loved it. As you guys know, this is her first birthday without her mom, and she was so touched by all your greetings. So I just wanted you guys to know that the love that you gave yesterday for Mo Shannon went a million miles, and she was very felt the warmth. She felt the love. So thank you all for doing that. Okay, and so here we have the Guardian. Now, the Guardian, I would say so many times they have been fair, but of course, there are these negative forces that have infiltrated some of the newsrooms here in the US. You can imagine how they do it over in the UK. Meghan Markle attacks Hollywood characters of Asian women in films. So that's where, oh, is that where that one came from? Yeah, there it is. Right there at the top on the right. Uh-huh. So that was the one. Yeah, that was the Guardian. Now versus the Wrap, which of course, if you look over second one on the left side, tackles. They use tackle, and there you have it. Meghan Markle discusses the Dragon Lady portrayal in Hollywood in her latest podcast episode. That was from the Wrap. So Sussex Squad member has itemized this one here. Let me see here. This difference in reporting on the same event shows how insidious nature of the racist British media and their continued smear campaign. Meghan Markle, don't believe the type. Don't, let me see, archetypes with Meghan and Princess Meghan. Hashtag, 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 hashtag. So, yeah, it is disgusting. And you know, anytime something, anything to do with the Sussexes, I wait. I wait and I wait because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Now, you guys, I was not a squatty, although I loved Harry and I was still learning about Meghan when they went to that radio station right after the engagement announcement. Do you guys remember that? They went to Brixton and they went to that radio station. And when I heard Harry say, I suppose, like the family she never had. Now, he didn't lie because he didn't, I mean, he realized that her family was, you know, her father's side of the family was kind of trashy. But, and I want to stress this again, and this is just my opinion. I believed that caution was the protocol for Prince Harry when he introduced Meghan to his family. And they uh, pre- I believe that some of them were excited up for him, and I believe some of them just always had it in for him, and that's that. But I believe that conversations was had, promises were made to Harry that we're going to protect her. Oh, she's gonna fit right in, and I'm sure some of them were excited. But what happens is, and again, this is just my opinion. Hello, Lydia, welcome. Um, this is just my opinion. After a while, like for instance, those people who voted for Obama that will never admit that they have voted for Obama, because after the pressure of racism, after the pressure of the negative comments, after you convince somebody that he was a secret Muslim, I believe that some of the family members that could have gone either direction were for her before they were against her. Some were always against her, but I believe that they made promises to him. But once whoever inside the institution was able to sufficiently build a case against Meghan, I believe that they began to turn. I believe that some of them may have caved to peer pressure. But that is my firm belief that there were promises made, but those promises were not kept. And I believe, first and foremost, the Queen did her best. And then she probably just grew exhausted of it. And as she was getting older, she was more removed from it. Like maybe her doctor said, Mom, if you don't, you're going to, you need to relieve yourself of this stress. I'm just coming up with a scenario. None of this may be true, but I'm just thinking. It started with promises being made. Harry was so sure that that family was going to support him. And then slowly that support just dropped off one after the other. Now, of course, one of his cousins, I think it was Eugenie, I think she's been in it with him for the long haul. But when he said, I guess you can say the family she never had, that was him believing that his family was going to be there for her, be there for them. And when I heard that, I said, huh, oh boy, oh boy. And I didn't know that the British media was even in attack mode at that time. I just knew that when he said that, that there was room for someone to criticize him. And by the next day, there was Scamantha. There was, the Royal Reporters. And I'm like, oh my God, Harry, be careful. Now, this is me not knowing much about Meghan at all, me not knowing how racist the British media was. I was still rather green about that. But again, I'm going to say this one more time and then I'm going to move on. I believe promises were made to Harry. I believe that Harry trusted his family. I believe that there were a few, not just one, but a few that could have gone either way. And I think that after the courtiers and after other family members, I think that support just dropped off. I believe that they were afraid. They were afraid to look loving and supportive. And then everything just collapsed from there. So that is my scenario. You don't have to agree with it. That's just my opinion. But I can't help but think that Harry was sure that things were going to work out. Probably still nervous and afraid. They had conversations. They mentioned that in the interview where he tried to tell Meghan every possible thing that could go wrong. But yet they were both trusting. They were both trying to believe in the process and things backfired. So, okay, I said what I needed to say about that and I'm going to move on, but that's just my firm belief about that. So, let's keep it moving and then we will get to the messy probably sooner rather than later. Can't wait for Harry's book. Yes. I think that is going to tell the story. But I do believe that promises were made, but promises were not kept. And there were some people who were only pretending to, you know, pretending to toe the line only for them to show their true colors. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay. So here we have, it's so sad. I used to like reading The Guardian. Now it's just as bad as the Daily Fail. I can see why they said that. Yep, she is keeping mouths fed in Britain. Obviously, that means in reference to the fact that hating Meghan has become $1 billion industry. It has. It has become $1 billion industry. Let me see. And then over there on the left side, you can see, well, that's what it says there, $1 billion industry, followed by You're So Right. She is feeding so many people. And then there at the bottom, those Brits need their scones. So, yeah, um, the hate campaign against Meghan and Harry is keeping them up to their nipples in scones. All right. Did I just say nipples? Keeping them up to their ears in scones. But yes, all right, so there we go. And then here, Duchess of Sussex praised for eloquent discussion of Asian depiction in films. So Radio News Hugh, is that Hugh? Oh my gosh, I can't, is that Hugh? No, Hub. Radio News Hub. Why would I say Hugh? Okay, they obviously can see, that the Duchess of Sussex has done something very important here, right? And then there you can see Duchess of Sussex has been praised for her eloquent discussion of the negative depictions of women of Asian descent in Hollywood films. Meghan explores the dragon lady stereotype with journalist Lisa Ling and comedian Margaret Shaw. In an episode of the Archetypes series, she also called out films such as Austin Powers and Kill Bill for presenting caricatures of women of Asian descent as over sexualized or aggressive. Asian American theater organization East West Players said such depiction pose very real and harmful consequences and often exoticize or othered the Asian community. In a statement shared with the what is that? PA news agency, whatever that is, Schnehal Desi production artistic director of the East West Players said the stereotype of Asians, particularly women of Asian descent, is not new. These portrayals have had an outsized impact on our community because for a long time there were opportunities for our community to be genuinely portrayed. Through these stereotypes, the Asian community has and is often exoticized and others. Anyway, yada 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 yada. Veteran actor James Hong, 93, is the founder. Is its founding member. So James Hong, he's an actor that everybody has seen him in something. He's 93 years old. He's played the waiter. He's played the bellhop. He's played the driver. He's played all of these subservient roles in his career in Hollywood. He was, in other words, he was Asian and he was also a working actor. And that's what it took for him to work. But looking back at some of those clips of the movies that he played in, I tell you, I saw, the story on, I think it was CBS Sunday Morning, where they interviewed him. And it was like the first time I ever heard him talk outside of the characters that he's played. And I realized how many of those characters that he's played with a great deal of dignity. I don't recall him ever, he was in the stereotypical, I would say, working positions in the movies or television shows, but I don't remember him ever being, kind of like the um as we pictured Stepin Fetchit in some of those movies like that, where he would, play naive and such. So, um, but yeah, very good actor, and he's been around for a long time. He's 93 years young, very healthy, still vital, and still working. So, James Hong, Hong, look him up. He's 93 years old. You have seen him before, and when you see his picture, you'll be like, "Oh yeah." All right, so there's Meghan with some of her classmates. If you want to know how she rolled out those few words of Korean with such ease, maybe that's why. And she said, "That was my tribe. That is like some of the people that I hung out with when I was, in school, when I was a kid." And there is Meghan with that amazing hair. If you guys remember, she compared her hair to Krusty the Clown. Oh, that is still so funny to me is when she told Ellen that her hair, she thought her hair looked like, well, that the kids teased her and said her hair looked like Krusty the Clown. But anyway, you can see she has that beautiful hair. And the thing is, with black hair, you can do just about anything with it. That is the one advantage of black hair is that, if you want to go more coarse, if you want to have more volume, if you want to, you can, some, especially when people are biracial. Well, you know what? I got to say this though. Megan got the amazing hair when she was on with Mariah. Mariah was like, um, I think Mariah's hair is just not as, full as Megan's. So it was always hard for both of them to get good hair care as their, careers have grown. But I think if I had to choose, I would rather have Megan's hair because it you can do everything with her hair. So anyway, very, very nice picture that one of the squaddies posted. And then here you can see Nancy Wang Nguyen. Megan in her podcast Archetypes called out the toxic stereotyping of women of Asian descent. As a case in point, she introduced sociologist Nancy Wang Yin, who wrote about the Dragon Lady stereotype in her book, Real Inequalities. So, and then this is actually a post from Nancy Wang Yin. And down there, you can see the headline of the Deadline online magazine. Meghan Markle calls out Austin Powers' Kill Bill Full Metal Jacket for toxic stereotyping of Asian women. So conversations are being had everywhere, you guys, all over social media and all over the print and the online media. People are talking about this topic, this subject, which, if you guys have been to any big city in the US and even some small towns, you'll notice that there are far more Asian American people today than there was just 10 years ago, and especially 20 years ago. So, um, they are very much a vibrant part of the community. So this is a great time to have this conversation so that hopefully with education, fewer people will be offended and also fewer people will be offended. Well, let me just say attacked, especially in the wake of the pandemic. That was like a bad time for any Asian, Southeast Asian at that, to be on the streets because of the backlash from the pandemic. So I think we are all in the process of learning a lot. Some of us need the lessons more than others, but I think it's perfect timing. Alma Andrews, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Wednesday to you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let's change the topic. I think we're good with that, you guys. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's move on. Not that one. All right. Zendaya just shut down the Paris Fashion Week in a dazzling Valentino look. Have you guys seen this outfit? Have you guys seen this outfit? Have you seen it? Okay, here goes. Are you ready? Bam! Bam! Oh, um, Mercedes Todd, I did take a peek before I got on today, and is it no way compares to the last two archetypes. So that's why I haven't, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But what we can all do is make sure that we watch it and share it, and of course, rate archetypes. All right, so bam! Take a look at that outfit. Yes, it is fire. Take a look at the shoes. Take a look at the bows on. I mean, she has like these little like ribbons or bows or whatever on the pants, which is very unusual. See how? I mean, that is that is a 9 alarm. That is no. That's a 12 alarm fire. That that I'm not even going to add anything to it. That right? That. Oh, yeah, right? I love Zendaya. She's another gorgeous, strong woman doing amazing things, and I love she always takes black people with her. Absolutely, Cheryl W. Representation matters. It is very important that there is an eclectic group of representation in these situations so that people will know what is possible, especially children. So children will know what is possible. Uh, yes, Joseph Berno, that is true. Megan's podcast is so relevant and impactful. Every episode is a grand slam that has everyone taking notice and sitting up and taking notice. Absolutely. Oh, I just said that, didn't I? Yes. Thank you so much, Joseph Berno. I appreciate your comment today. So yeah, that happened. That actually happened. And let me tell you something. The fashion world was set ablaze. I told you, beautiful, beautiful. Bam! Right? One more time. Bam! Huh? Huh? Oh, okay. Now back to the other stuff. Let me do this. A counselor is to yeah, a counselor is a counsel. I think it means councilman, maybe counselor. Yeah, a counselor is to submit a motion calling on Gwynedd not to recognize the title of Prince of Wales and to shelve plans for an investiture. Charles' investiture at what is that? Cernafon Castle in Gwynedd in 1969 drew protests, including, hmm, you know, I don't know how to say that word, and not to be disrespectful, but it does sound like something that I can cure with a medicated salve. But I'm going to try it anyway. Sin. Okay, I quit. Nonviolent mass protests to more direct threats from the Free Wales Army and that rest of that stuff. That's up there. My apologies to anybody from Wales, but I'm telling you, it almost seems like I could put a medicated salve on that one word and it would go away. So I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead. But I just wanted you all to know that that's something that is going on. I think I've mentioned a couple times that Wells is well. I think a great deal of people in Wales are not happy with this prospect of having yet another Prince of Wales named. So there you go. Let me see. Black Queen, you say, look at Harry's fifth cousin. He's about to either scalp Willie or lend him some of his hair. Yeah, he does kind of look like Harry. I didn't notice that. Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share. Yeah, Afro Annie was in New York. Philbin Joy says, yes, I saw that. She went to some oh, did you guys see her when she got off the plane? When she got off the plane, she looked like one of those people that cleans the plane. She had these two big bags and these form-fitting jeans and everything. I mean, she looked, don't get me wrong, she didn't look trashy or anything, but if nobody told you that that was the Princess Royale, you wouldn't have never known. She looked very incognito. I would not have recognized her. She was carrying these two big bags. I promise you, she looked like she was one of those. You know how when you're waiting for a flight and those people cleaning the planes are, stepping off so that you guys can board? That's what she looked like. She looked like one of those people that were cleaning the plane. Uh, oh, let me see. Let me see. Oh, really? Baron, when you're reading the words that are giving you trouble, put some butter on it and a slice on and then slice on away. Okay, I'll try that. Well, that one word, CMDEI. Let me see. Ugh. I don't want to tell you what that word looks like at a glance, but I'm not going to even try to say it. But I'm telling you, I think a little penicillin might help. Andy Bullard, I saw it. I don't even remember where I'd seen it. I don't. Let me see if I can find it very fast, then, because it is a shame that I would bring it up. Let me see. Princess Anne at. Let me see if I can find it. Um. Oh, I'm telling you, she. Okay, okay. Give me a second just to do that. I think you guys are picking up some of my habits, and I'm not sure that's a good thing. I'm just going to tell you right now, I cannot bail anybody out of jail, no matter what I've said or done. I am unable to bail anyone out of jail. So you can say certain things if you like, but you are on your own. I cannot be responsible. Um, if I was you, I would get one of those Bell's bondsman cards or whatever. Um, let me see here. Okay, I think those two will do. That is incredible, though. You would not know that that was the Princess Royale unless somebody told you. Ooh, wee, and she looked like she about to go upside somebody's head too. All right, so I got those together. Let me upload those. Hopefully, this works the first time. Ha! Nope, it didn't. Let me see. Let me try. All right. All right. So this is what I'll do. I will get it, but as you know, let me do this. Let me try that one more time because now that you all have piqued everyone's curiosity. Now we have to carry through with it. All right, as I thought. So I will do this, and then this, and go over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Delay, delay, delay. Obfuscate, obfuscate, obfuscate. And there's a little echo. Ha! And did it work? I think so. We got contact. Wunderbar. Très magnifique. Okay, I'm going to take this away. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Anne, Princess Royale. Woo! One more. I told you. She looked like she was cleaning the plane. I mean, it's not that bad, but you would never know that that was the queen's daughter. All right, so we've had our fun. Let me get back over here and let me put this back up. I know, Connie. Yeah, I know. She looked like she was cleaning the plane. I told you, if she would have had an orange vest on, one of those high visibility vests, you would have thought she was cleaning the plane. I couldn't believe it. I was like, huh. Okay, let me make sure you guys can hear me, and I think you can hear me. So perfect. Okay, so Charles allowed to vet proposed rent freeze bill in Scotland. King Charles has been allowed to vet and potentially lobby for changes to emergency legislation to freeze rents in Scotland because the measure could affect tenants on his private Highland estate in Balmoral. A bill to stop landlords unjustifiably raising rents for the next 6 months because of the cost of living crisis is being rushed through Scottish Parliament this week. The King involvement under rules known as Scotland as Crown Consent can be revealed after the rules at Holyrood Castle were changed following a Guardian investigation into the monarch's power to influence and amend the UK laws. So, carpetbagger. I haven't heard that term in a long time. So anyway, more royal hijinks. I believe that the sovereigns are still has an inordinate amount of power where legislation is concerned. I think that they should stick to being a figurehead and they should not be allowed to pry their rather loud noses, big bulbous noses into the business of state. But they do. Diminishing democracy, perpetuating class divisions, suppressing diversity while taking millions from the treasury. Abolish the monarchy. This is one of those online memes that have been going around for quite some time. And every time something like this happens, they just make up some new ones. They are planning for the day when Scotland will no longer be a part of the Union. That is going to happen. There is going to be another referendum, and probably sooner than Charles III expects to see one. So, isn't that beautiful? I just put that up there just because. Okay, The Telegraph. What were they thinking? The Telegraph has a Twitter page that is for politics. Did they not notice? By golly, those colors and that layout look familiar. Don't they? Here's a refresher. Well, yeah, they do look familiar, and that is pretty tacky. I thought, okay, maybe this is some kind of a joke. Maybe somebody has, but I went over to Telegraph Politics, and guess what? That is it. I always like to make sure that I got these things right before I share them. And guess what? That is it. Okay, Rick, is it Rick or Ron? Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis is actually trending because of those trendy go-go boots that he wore to tour the devastation of Hurricane Ian. He is making a name for himself, honey. He is making a name for himself. Ron DeSantis with those boots that are made for walking, and that's just what he's going to do. Those boots are making quite a splash. I don't know how long he's had them or where he got them from, but they are quite the scream. And what's so outrageous about it is that he's the one that signed the legislation to make it unlawful to say gay. Don't say gay. I think he's screaming it at the top of his lungs. I think he's screaming it from the top of the mountain. I mean, nothing about those boots, looks so manly. I mean, when you consider the security personnel behind him, when you consider the National Guardsmen even further back there, they're all wearing those tan leather suede boots. And then here comes Ron wearing those white go go boots. I mean, check them out. Hi, Ron. I feel like, in my head, I can hear that Sylvester song. Do you want to funk with me? Let me tell you how. Do you want to funk? Let me show you how. Do you want to funk with me? I swear I'm seeing I'm hearing Sylvester singing "Do you want to funk with me? Do you want to funk with me? Let me show you how. Do you want to funk? Let me show you how. Do you want to funk with me? Come on, Ron. Get it, girl. You go, girl. You go. Okay. So, people on the Twitter, that's all I have to say is people on the Twitter, and instantly you just start to smile, don't you? Anyway, people on the Twitter could not wait to share various collections of images of boots, white boots at that, all inspired by Ron DeSantis and his very daring fashion choice to wear those unusual Wellingtons, as they call them in the UK. Look at how they accentuate his calves. He has those very ample and very chunky, very, shall I say, muscular calves. I mean, okay, okay. You make me feel mighty real. You make me feel mighty real. Woo! You make me feel that I know that song, right? Mighty real. Well, he looks mighty real to me. And as one of the squaddies pointed out yesterday with those husky jeans, the look is complete with a button down light blue shirt and, of course, the very ample vest, and then complete the look with the husky jeans and those white boots that seem to accentuate his very muscular, well defined calves. Oh, that is quite a look. Oh, you make me feel mighty nobody real. And as the internet goes, somebody decided to take license with an already peculiar look. That peculiar look of Ron DeSantis, someone decided that if Ron DeSantis would have had his way, he probably wouldn't have stopped at the knee. He had probably gone all the way up the thigh. Yes, Hunty, serve them unwashed fish. Yes, Hunty. I'm not even sure what that means. When Photoshop is used for good, it is so much fun. Yes, Hunty. Woo! What? Well, I mean, I guess if you were, and look at the way the soldier in the back is looking like, what the? Yes, Hunty. Anyway, and then of course there is the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, America's sweethearts. Yes, America's sweethearts. The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, America's sweetheart. Yes, Ron DeSantis has inspired many people on the interweb to go all out with the Photoshop. So I guess oh man, this takes me all the way back to the 70s. I remember what a big deal the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders was. I still remember that movie, Debbie Does Dallas. I don't know. I just remember the movie. But anyway, there he is. Oh, wait. But it gets better. It gets better. So, Ron DeSantis boots, you people, and I do mean you people should be ashamed of yourselves, says this person here. His name is Brent Terhune. Yeah, Terhune in Ann Arbor. He's in Ann Arbor. All right. I guess that's Ann Arbor, Michigan. Leave Ron DeSantis alone. Leave him alone. Now he is fed up with people sexualizing and idologizing, or whatever that word is. He's had enough of the way y'all are picking on Ron DeSantis, and he, for one, wants you guys to stop it. You guys leave Ron DeSantis alone. I'll let you hear it in his own words, okay?
People, and I do mean you people, should be ashamed of yourselves, making fun of Ron DeSantis just because of how he's dressed. Out here looking like he's a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader from the cankle down. Like he's had perfect attendance at Beta Male Cuck University, and with that shirt vest combo, he's probably tenured at Beta Male Cuck University. Go dog! Looking like there was a fire drill halfway into changing into his Klan robes. Like he ordered from the Mike Pence Fall Collection. Business up top and party down below. Looking like he's gonna sing Nancy Sinatra at karaoke. When you got a parent-teacher conference at 8, but Studio 54 at 9. Looking like it's morphin' time, and he's the White Power Ranger, only he doesn't say White Power Ranger. You know he says White Power Ranger. You people, and I do mean you people.
Okay, so that is what's happening. That is what is happening on social media. Ron DeSantis has inspired. He has inspired. I don't know why he's done it, but he has inspired. So I think my favorite one was White Power Ranger. Oh man. I know, I know. I can't either, but I'm just the messenger. Well, yesterday I was singing Nancy Sinatra. You keep messing where you shouldn't have been messing, and you keep thinking that you'll never get burned. Ha! I just bought me a brand new box of matches. Yeah. And I'm gonna learn what haven't been learned. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what he'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Boom, 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 boom. Are you ready, boots? Start walking. Oh man. So anyway, that is Ron DeSantis' story for now. And please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, you guys, let's take a break from that. Let's have a very serene, what I suspect is a computer animated penciled image of the Sussexes. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. What they do with the eyes is just extraordinary. I think it is so, so beautiful. Yeah, I did notice the crotch. I did notice that with Ron DeSantis. But yeah, so focus everyone. Yes, the boots did happen, but we have moved on. But yeah, it is beautiful. Yes, Lydia, it is quite beautiful. Gorgeous. Thank you, Susie Q. It is. It is absolutely. Um Oh, oh. I love that. I just absolutely love it. Oh, I love it. Need to reserve a baby boomer. Okay. All right. And of course, I was digging through some photos yesterday. You guys, I was up really late because I was like labeling my receipts. And I realized where Charles got the Charles Nelson Riley face from. Remember that man said, Charles, why do we have to pay for your parades? Why do we have to pay you 100 million pounds a year? And Charles kind of flashed that Charles Nelson Riley face and took off in the other direction. Well, I just realized he got that from his mama. He got that from his mama, right? He got that from his mama. His mama is the one that is the original Charles Nelson Riley impersonator in the family. So yeah, now you know where that comes from. It's Mama Nelson Riley. There's Charles Nelson Riley and Mama Nelson Riley. uh, okay, so now you know. Now, one of the squatties shared a photo with me of Camilla. And when I looked at the photo, it reminded me of the Queen. For some reason, every time they would ask the Queen to slice a cake, she would turn the knife up like she's stabbing someone in the back. Every time. And notice that she's in a room full of weapons. Look at all of those weapons of destruction behind her. Crossbows, swords, knives, um, daggers, all kind of things. The old pistols on the wall. She got all kind of stuff back there. Well, if you take a look here, you can see Her Majesty the Queen is trying to slice into that cake, but instead she turns the knife and just stabs it, right? And here's another one. This time she used a sword. And everybody's like, well, I mean, take a look at this lady here. Look at how the lady's like, oh my God, mom. This lady is horrified. And the queen's like, I know what I'm doing, okay? Step back. I know what I'm doing. Well, if you take a look here, now the queen has turned the sword upside down. And I guess this is what they teach them. I'm trying to figure out where did they find the queen's governess? It's as though her governess was released from prison and was hired over at Buckingham Palace. I promise you, it's like the queen's governess was in a women's prison. And when she was raising the queen and Margaret, this is how the queen learned how to use a blade. So, yeah, I think her governess was probably an ex convict. Her governess was an ex-convict, but the thing is, her governess was actually in a men's prison before they figured out that she was supposed to be in a women's prison. That's how tough she was. So, and there's Camilla. Camilla has her own technique. Camilla seems to have her own technique. So I think Camilla's just waiting for her chance. Somehow, she looks quite at home and comfortable with the blade in her hand. So Lord knows she's been accused of stabbing people in the back. So and thank you, Squatty, that sent me this photo. I can't figure out whether or not that is photoshopped. I mean, it looks awfully convincing. But yeah, it looks very convincing. But that face is not photoshopped. Whether or not the knife is, I don't know. But the face, that is all Camilla. That is all Camilla right there. No photoshopping with that. Okay. And then switching to another topic here. Take a look at that. Don't you love it? Look at that t-shirt. Look at that t-shirt. This was shared from someone on Twitter. Apparently, it was a gift. As a matter of fact, I will show you the conversation here. Me forever being a Meghan stan. Love this t-shirt. Just listen to Archetypes with Meghan. I will forever have nothing but love for her. Her voice was just perfect to listen to after my night shifts. Such important subject too. Hashtag Archetypes on Spotify. Hashtag don't believe the types. And of course, a response to someone's comment on that thread was, "Hi, it was gifted to me by a friend, and I'm sure you can get one online. Are you in the UK?" So this person obviously lives in the UK, and she said that the shirt was gifted from a friend. So anyway, I thought that was very cool. If you guys can find one, that would be great. I don't. She didn't mention where it was purchased, but she just said that she lives in the UK and that it was a gift from a friend. So very, very cool. And because it is fall in the UK, she's wearing a jacket because it can be quite chilly at nighttime or even during the day in the United Kingdom this time of year. So she's wearing a jacket for the weather, but you can still see the very cool t-shirt. And there is that painting, I guess it is. And you may remember that the Carters, the Knowles Carter family, took a photo in front of it. They actually made a little short video where they were celebrating our Duchess. Trolls go to sites to claim no one cares about Meghan. Please, this is who no one actually cares about. See the stark difference. Numbers don't lie. So over here, Harper's Bazaar is talking about Archetypes. And if you notice, Archetypes was only on for 16 hours and had 1,302 likes, right? But if you notice, Harper's Bazaar also mentioned Prince William. William pays tribute to Queen in touching first speech as Prince of Wales. And how many likes? 60. 14 hours, 16 hours, right? So Meghan's 16 hours, 1,302 likes. And same Harper's Bazaar, same day, Prince William is on for 14 hours and got a whopping 60 likes. Oh, yeah, he is relevant as you know what, right? Right. Oh, did you, Mama Bub? Did you really? Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. I'm so glad. I hope you can get one for yourself. Now, please tell us, do you have to order it from the UK or can you can you find it like in the US? That I'm curious about. Well, good for you. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, were you talking about Camilla? I'm sorry. I guess this delay is like delaying your comments a whole lot. I don't know if it's because I'm going too fast or is that delay pulling everybody's comments slower. Let me see. Oh, Catherine, I'm sorry, Katerina Kemp. We're just glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So there's Liz Truss wigging out. I'm telling you, I have such a crush on her. I have such a crush on Liz Truss right now. She's wacky, she's kooky, she's probably somewhat clinically insane, but I don't know. I can't help who I fall in love with. It's something about this crazy person that just kind of turns me on. It's a pity that the economy is in a death spiral because of her. But aside from that, I just think she's so wacky and kooky that I kind of want to hang out with her. I'm sorry, I just kind of want to hang out with her. She just seems kind of like she might jump on somebody's back and start biting on their neck and have them swinging her around the room and stuff to get her off of her. So yeah, she just she looks right, Joan Garcia. That's what I'm thinking. Probably a little touched. But yeah, she just seems like she would just like get a running start and jump on somebody's back and start biting them in the neck or something like that. So Mama Bub says it's only $22.99, and you're using the dollar symbol, so I guess it is in the US. Ah, very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Uh anyway, so yeah, it's something weird about her, but I don't know. I guess I'm into that weirdness or something. I don't know. Okay, so imagine if the palace had stopped Jonathan Dimbleby, that is, from writing Chuck's authorized and official biography, we would never have known that he saw a child psychologist because he didn't feel the effect of a loving father and mother. They were both emotionally distant parents. Well, we only found that out because even though they're struggling so hard to, I guess, suppress the book from Prince Harry, Prince Charles himself has actually had the advantage of having expressed himself through a biography. There were things that he was feeling, and it was bottled up inside. And when the time was right, he shared those feelings with the greater public. But they don't want Harry to have the opportunity to do that. All these people can write their own books, but Harry shouldn't. Hypocrites. I mean, look at it. Left to right, these are the dozens of books that have been written about the Sussexes, in particular Prince Harry, over the years. And of course, one of the more famous authors, someone who has proven themselves to be the ultimate opportunist. Hey, I spent, well, yeah, yeah, we only had the one interview, but you don't really have to, you don't have to talk to a person every day. If you just observe, I'm a writer, and if you just observe a person and grift, 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 a grift, a grift. Oh, excuse me, my allergies. But yeah, she said that all you have to do is just observe the person because that's what a writer's a writer can. We could just observe a person, and you don't really. I've spent over a year going on these, and what didn't you only speak to Harry for about 15 minutes? Yes, but see, I'm a writer, and we have the ability, a good writer, we have the ability to observe. Girl, bye. Ain't that something? She only had one interview. They felt sorry for her, so they let her have a sit down with Harry. If you guys don't know the story, um, Angela Levin was supposed to follow Harry and to write a magazine article at the end of this, accompanying Harry to these various outings. She was supposed to write a magazine article, but being the opportunist that she is, she actually took that one little magazine article and made an entire novel out of it. I mean, she is known as the royal biographer, not official royal biographer for Prince Harry, but just the well, you know what? I'm not sure. Maybe they have used the term official. But anyway, anytime they want to trash Harry, and in particular they want to trash Meghan, they go and get Angela Levin. Yeah. And so you guys, when you say, "Oh, but the book's not selling well," but look at how many times she's appeared on television. She's on television every week, spewing all of that vitriol, all of the lies and conspiracies against Harry every week. And the reason why that's possible is because of that book. It's the gift that keeps giving. So it doesn't matter that the book sales are not great. That's not the point. The point is that it drives the narrative against the Sussexes. It creates opportunity for revenue for people that write the books. In other words, Angela Levin. And everything doesn't have to be true. She just has to say it. It's not necessarily the truth. It's just that she has to say it. But one thing's for sure, sometimes she is polite enough to cover up that area beneath her lips. I appreciate that, Angela. It is worth concealing with a hand or maybe a fan or a ficus tree, but whatever you can cover up that area. As a matter of fact, just cover the whole face, and I'm happy because this is, the airbrushed studio, and then this is Angela Levin. So yeah, she's something else. I'm writing this not as the prince I was born, but as the man I have become. That is what Harry said when the first mention of a book was introduced, is that he's doing this not as the prince, but as the man. So until you know different, stop tripping British media, trying to create some conspiracy that Harry is going to have a bombshell book. Stop pushing this royal family with all the briefing against a book that hasn't even been sold yet. But that's what they're doing. Harry is doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing that his father did. He wants to talk about his childhood. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Right? What's the big deal? I just don't get it. I don't get any of it. He just wants to express himself about his experiences, right? So why make trouble for him? I just
don't get it. I don't get any of it.
What do you mean? You don't get what? Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get any of it. Right? That's what Stacy said. And listen, Stacy knows what she's talking about. Stacy, tell him again.
I just don't get it. I don't get any of it.
What do you mean? You don't get what?
I don't get why we're so obsessed with these humans that are exactly the same. Like, it could be us four sitting there. I just don't get it.
But are you talking about what you mean as royals or as, like, Kim Kardashian? Because for me, they're becoming celebrities.
Well, to me, that's all they are.
The Queen
is their celebrity.
For me, is brilliant.
I love the Queen.
No, duty, responsibility.
She's always worked really hard,
But
hasn't
I would
she?
work hard if the whole country paid for me to have like 12 houses and work really hard.
They don't pay for all of the houses. But
just a few.
So, yes, I just don't get it. I don't get any of it. I don't understand. Woo! I love that. That never gets old to me. Okay, so thank you, Chris, Princess Meghan, Royal Secret Weapon. Look at that. I love, you know what? This is so cool. Steps of Harry's progression. Steps toward becoming Archie's papa. Lilibet and Archie's papa. I love that. There's little Harry down there. And Harry is all grown up by the time you get to the end. It's just a step at a time. Very, very cool. And oh, man. Oh, yeah. There's Harry in those chinos. He has grown up and grown out, hasn't he? But I forgot that was that photo. Oh, man. Anyway, let's move on. Let me see here. You know what? I haven't looked at any of your comments. Angela Latrine bases all of her royal commenting off of her opinion. There's no truth to it. There's no checking the facts, and there's no believability to it. She is a liar, and she's pathetic, as that kid said. Pathetic! Absolutely. I think she is pathetic. Let me see. Thank you, Michael Miller. Adrian Burrows said, oh, I'm sorry. Did it move? Adrian, there you go. All right. What I don't get is why they think Harry's book has to be about the royal family and not Harry himself. Yes, he said not about the prince, meaning the royal family, but about the man I have become. That's it. He wants to talk about his evolution. And here is a prime example of Harry's evolution. That little kid, that little spunky kid that has grown into this very commanding, very, dare I say, king. He's a king. He's a leader. Big Mama says, and when Big Mama talks, people listen. Big Mama says, if the British stopped talking about Harry and Meghan, they would cease to exist. People don't want to hear about what Kate wore every day. Exactly, Big Mama, especially when it really doesn't inspire much. Nobody ever sells out of anything that she's worn. If she wears it, then that means you can still go a month later and pick it right up off the rack because nobody's interested and nobody cares. Hey, Shay, thanks for joining us. Let me see. As a matter of fact, do I still have that? Let me see. What is that one? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I'm trying to think, which one was I looking for? I was going to share a soundbite with you, but I don't know if I still have it. Let me see. Huh. Nope, that's not it. You know what? Maybe I didn't bookmark it. Maybe that's what the problem is. Either I didn't bookmark it or maybe they took it down. Wow. Okay, yeah, I don't have it anymore. I wanted to share something with you guys, and I don't have it any longer. Oh well, sorry about that. Okay, okay. So, that's interesting. I thought I had it, but I don't. All right, so let's move on, you guys. Thank you so much for commenting, everyone. Yes, amen to Big Mama. Thank you so much for your comment, Big Mama. Big Mama is just like E.F. Hutton. When Big Mama talks, people listen. Remember those commercials? E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. That was a clever commercial. Okay. All right, so here we go. If you guys are interested in volunteering for the Invictus Games, you have until October 31st. Our volunteer portal closes October 31st. Of course, this is for the 2023 Dusseldorf Games. So our portal closes by October 31st. Over our LinkedIn, let me see. We have presented loads of different tasks volunteers can fill. Check them out. Let me see. User volunteer portal. Oh, that's in German. I was wondering why. Okay. Unser volunteer portal is Sheepslit on 30, however you say 31 October, bin LinkedIn haben wir verschieden Aufgaben gezeigt schon mal, right? And you guys thought I was good with French. You should hear my German. I tell you, sometimes when I try to speak other languages, I can almost start a race riot. Oh man. Yeah, when I try to speak another language, there's been a couple times I nearly caused a race riot trying to speak another language. So it is not my intention to offend people, but I just oh, by the way, you guys. So Charlotte, here goes my very eloquent français. C'est tout simplement méchant de les protocoles racist colonized the supremacy blanc. White supremacists colonize. Yeah, racist colonizer, white supremacist. There you go. Yes, that's what she said, and that's what I said. So thank you, as per usual, Charlotte, for your very timely comment. We très bien, arrivederci. Okay, so anyway, go to the LinkedIn for the volunteer portal. I will try to remember to put the link on the community tab, which is the same as me saying, do your best to find it. I may or may not remember. I'll try. I promise I'll try. Okay, Renaissance update. Beyonce in Beijing. Well, check it out, you guys. Look at those little kids. Look at those little kids. Look at them. That is adorable. They are posing like the Queen Bee. They are posing like Queen Bee. That is adorable. Yes, that's in Beijing. They are posing like Queen Bee. You better believe it. Oh, thank you, Marsha Williams. I do the best I can. Oh, yes. J'attends. Yeah. Français Chaton. Okay, you guys, let's get into this. Prince Andrew wanted to come back rather, but his family and the palace have ended that dream. But he keeps trying. He keeps trying. Andrew will not. I mean, if there is a way to weasel back into the good graces of the public, he is going to try to find a way. But for whatever reason, that dog just ain't going to hunt. Now, his last best chance was when his mama died. But that, well, he became quite embarrassed by that, didn't he? That led to quite a bit of embarrassment. And if you remember, that kid yelled, "Andrew, you're a sicko man." Well, as you know, all you need for a good song is a little inspiration. I can see clearly now you're a sicko man. I can see clearly. Wouldn't that make a great song? I can see clearly now you're a sicko man. I can see all the victims your mama paid. Should have been placed in handcuffs and carted away. You're just a sick, 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 sicko man. Just a sick, 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 sicko man. I can see clearly now you're a sicko man. I can see all the victims your mama paid. You should have been placed in handcuffs and carted away because you're a sick, sick, sicko man. Anyway, you guys, as that kid said, you're a sicko man. Andrew, you're a sicko man. Disgusting. Oh man. Well, anyway, you guys, of course, he has denied any, any guilt or whatever. He still says he's innocent. Yes, his mother paid a lot of money to someone he never met for something that he hasn't done. But as far as I'm concerned, you're gonna be a sick, sick, sicko man. You're just a sick, sick, sicko man. Well, it's not exactly a chart topper, but it's the best I could do in a pinch. And by the way, you guys, this song was co-reimagined by myself and, of course, Mo Shannon. Mo Shannon came up with the lovely verse. Should have been placed in handcuffs and carted away. You're gonna be a sick, sick, sicko man. So anyway, well, you know what? Now, see, that's what. Now, I don't think Pedal would do that, but Pedal and I need to do that as a duet, right? You seem like a sick, 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 sicko man. Okay, anyway, that's enough of all that Who Shot John, or should I say that's enough whose mama paid somebody a lot of money for somebody that they never met and something they didn't do. Um, Andrew, you're a sick old man. Sick. Disgusting. Oh, man. Okay. Honored to be on the cover of Essence. Essence has, oh, Essence has been in my heart and in our home since before I could remember. This legacy carries our story, our joy, and our brilliance. Oh, let me make that big again. There we go. It has always been our time, and Essence has always captured it. I am here because of Black women. And that, of course, is from Stacey Abrams, who is on the digital cover of Essence magazine. A conversation with Stacey Abrams. I just love her. She shows what's possible when you really put your mind to it. Stacey Abrams was quite instrumental in the election of Joseph Robinette Biden, also known as President Joe Biden. So thank you, Stacey Abrams. I think this cover is absolutely beautiful. Yes, I love it. Okay, so that is what's in the essence for is it this month? I think it's for this month. And check that out. So enjoyed talking to Meghan Markle for her podcast, Archetypes, writes Lisa Ling alongside a photo of the two with daughter Jet. She is such a bright and compelling conversationalist, and I hope people take the time to get to know her beyond the often insidious headlines. So that I love that photo. I love, love, love that photo. Look at that. That is beautiful. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm having a goosebump moment. And check out the outfit that the Duchess is wearing. Check out that outfit. There's something else that is going to sell out. Some eagle-eyed squatty is going to figure out exactly. I love that look for Meghan. I love that look. Okay. So I am going to oh, by the way, that quacky, quirky prime minister that I have a crush on, dictator chic. Why did Liz Truss wear the same outfit as fictional fascists? uh, well, Emma Thompson played some kind of fascist in some, I guess it was a sci-fi movie or something. But anyway, if you notice, Liz Truss is wearing the exact same outfit. I'm telling you, it's something about this girl. I don't know what it is, but I am getting the biggest crush on this crazy person. I don't know what it is. It's like, oh yes, I know she might, I don't know, call in an airstrike on my house, or perhaps she will have MI6 tail me or something, but I don't care. It's just something about her. There's kind of a turn on, and I got this weirdness going on right now. Yes, yes, she might put some kind of, I don't know, potion or something in my food, or perhaps she, I don't know, um, throw a match or something. I don't know, but it's just something kind of interesting and quirky about her, and I find myself drawn to her. I can't explain it, but I guess it's that notion that anything can happen and you have no control over it, and like you'll have a good time up until the point that they haul you into the emergency room. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's just I don't know, but it's just something about her. Yes, she looks like some kind of character, like a claymation figure, but that's the point. It's just that she's so weird. And this whole dressing like a fascist thing, I have never been more turned on in my life. There's got to be some kind of treatment for this, whatever it is. But yeah, yeah, Mary H, she is frightening, but I guess that's the point. She looks like she's capable of anything, smiling one minute and I don't know, trying to pull your hair out or rip your eyes out the next. But she's yeah, she's weird. Anyway, I can't explain it, but it's just something so dangerous about her. And I don't know what maybe what started this feeling is when I saw those speeches where she was saying that the monarchy has to go. Maybe what I'm feeling is the fact that whenever they like crate up all of Charles's holistic food and his jam and his organic butter and move him out of those palaces and castles, I think it's going to be Liz Truss that signs the document saying, okay, the monarchy is officially over. uh, crazy. It's something crazy about her. I don't know. Or I don't listen, Margaret, maybe it's the idea that she'll come to visit me and breathe on me and then 2 days later everybody will be wearing a black dress. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, don't Lizzie me, but I mean, I want to live. The last time she shook hands with somebody, we saw what happened. But right? Right? It's as though they went to like the to some asylum somewhere and they walked in and they say, listen, um having a a regular like well, you know what? I can't say that because there was nothing regular about Boris Johnson. Okay, it's like somebody walked into an asylum and said, "We want the craziest person here, somebody who's more insane than Boris Johnson." And all of a sudden, they just wheeled out Liz Truss. Here you go. You want crazy? We got crazy. We got Liz Truss. Yeah. What makes me think Liz Truss was like living under a bridge about a month ago, and then suddenly she was made prime minister? It's like I could see her like a homeless person pushing a shopping cart one day, and then all of a sudden, somebody thought, you know what? Why don't we make her prime minister? Like somebody has a bet, like they're betting to see if they can turn the crazy homeless person into the prime minister. That's it. That's what it is. That's what it is. They found some crazy person living on the street and turned her into a prime minister. One of these days, their clever ruse will be exposed. But until then, let's hope she doesn't launch any missiles or anything. Oh man. You know what? I know, guys. I'm having so much fun with Liz Truss. I don't know what it is, but I'm having so much fun with her just because she's great material. What could I say? She is great material. Right. They just wheeled her out. They wheeled her out. They were looking for someone who they can control, only to find out that you cannot control this person. Maybe they took her off her medication. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's supposed to be on medication and for some reason they're withholding it or something. Right, Trading Places. Yes, like that movie Trading Places. Oh man. Let me see. They didn't want to pick the Asian guy though. He is a buck dancer for the Tories. He was more qualified than she, unless she is undercover for the Republicans. You know what, Black Queen? With all seriousness, I do think that she's there for a reason, and I don't know what it is. Right, right. It sounds like a Netflix series, right? But she is there for a reason, and I don't know what for, but she is there. And okay, stay with me with this one. Stay with me with this one. And I'm being serious. What if now we've seen those speeches where she was saying that she didn't really care for the monarchy, right? Maybe, just maybe. And they predicted, they said that there was some type of what do you call it? Did Notre Dame or somebody say that this was going to be the end of the monarchy? Maybe that's why she's there, because she's going to be one to close the institution down. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but um, you never know. I mean, let's just remember this day, and a year from now or 2 years from now, if there is no monarchy as we know it, I think it'll be because of Liz Truss. Uh huh. Oh, that would be fun. But where can I find a drab, shapeless black dress like that? I mean, there can't be two tasteless, drab, uninspiring black dresses like the one that she wore when she went to greet Charles the first time. I mean, surely that is a one of, right? It's just got to be. There's no way. There's no way there's two of those shapeless, drab, formless black dresses like she wore when she went to go and greet Prince Charles the first time. There cannot be two of those. Surely there is only one. Surely. Oh man. God, am I mean? I am very mean today. But surely there is only one of those shapeless, lifeless, drab, utilitarian housekeeper. If I could find one of those dresses, then I will go as Liz Truss for Halloween. Or I could go as maybe I can go and find some old I don't know, some old blanket or curtain somewhere and go. Oh, if I could go and find like what do they call those, a fright wig or something? If I could go and like find a wig somewhere at a in a dumpster or in some garbage bin somewhere, if I could go find an old ratty blonde wig and an ugly dress, I could always go as the new queen consort. Yeah, that's what I can do. I could. Oh man. All right, you guys. You guys. Eh, we have we have been very petty these last few minutes. We have slandered and dragged, and I just don't want to be a party to this conversation any longer. So, oh man, let me see. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for being here. And if you see this person wandering around your community, where is that at? Um, if you see this person wandering around your community, be very careful because oh, okay, I tell you what, if you see this person around your community, do not make direct eye contact. Otherwise, she's liable to just haul off and buck you in the head. She might headbutt you or something. So just be very careful if you see her. Do not make direct eye contact because she's about one tree short of a hammock. She's about one sandwich short of a picnic. She's about one oar short of a rowboat. She's about one brick short of a house. Let me see. Give me another one, somebody. Just be very careful, because something ain't right about her. Oh, let me stop. She is okay. Stop. I'm done. I'm not going to say anything else about her. Because that is a new prime minister and she deserves our respect and support. After all, she is a woman, I think. She is a woman and she deserves our respect for the office that she holds. She's representing some 66 million people. She was the last public official to see the Queen before, nobody was able to see her anymore. But so yes, we should show her the proper respect for the office in which she holds. And so therefore, I will no longer say these slanderous things about her, no matter how cray she looked. Okay? Okay. I take back everything I just said about her.
I got time for that.
But I tell you what, here's a suggestion. If you do, my advice, if you do encounter her, and she looks like that, you know what you ought to do?
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
That's what you should do if you find yourself cornered by the new prime minister. Call the popo. No, of course I don't mean that. Nah, I don't mean it. But anyway, I'm just having fun, you guys. Okay. So remember, you guys, we don't hate nobody here at Royal Sussex. The squatties don't hate anybody, but we do like to laugh at people. But there's no hate in the Sussex squad. Just a lot of love and a lot of laughs. And yes, we are going to call them out when they mistreat our faves. But there's none of that. We're not going to go on any charity websites and try to drag the Cambridges or whatever they are now. We don't do that in the Sussex squad. We're here to love and to laugh. And that's it. Right? Right. Okay. Yes, Connie Bomber, we have reached the end. Thank you so much for being here. Please have a good night. I know it's late for you there. Probably late for you too, Elaine Parker, right? All right, you guys, this is the end of the road. This is the end of the show. Have a good night. Remember, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So please try to support the breast cancer awareness movement. Maybe you can contribute to the Cancer Society. There are other ways you could help. Maybe you can drive someone in your community that needs to go for treatment or something like that. And then, of course, there are the various walkathons and fundraisers. There's so many different ways to help. So go online and check out the breast cancer awareness. I'm sure that there's something you can do to help. Or perhaps you have a loved one that you know is suffering from breast cancer. Give them a call. Don't be afraid to have a conversation. Let them lead the conversation. That's what I always say. When you know someone is going through adversity, it's always better to let them lead the conversation. But it all starts with hello. And I know sometimes it can be tough when someone is going through a life and death situation, but having a conversation is the best medicine for all, for them and even for you, right? Right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Let's have that last word of the day. Thank you for those in the Eastern Hemisphere that are staying up late to watch Royal Sussex. Thank you for your contributions. I don't think Sherry Ware is here, right? So I don't have a list. At least I don't think I do, but let me check and see just to say I did. Do I have? Nope, I don't have one. But oh, by the way, Sherry and Sade was on. I noticed that she popped up on the YouTube. I think she had like an hour before she came on. No, a half hour. So anyway, she's on and she's been off already. Oh, it's only a 14-minute video, I think. So I'm going to provide the link to Sherry and Sade. And congratulations to her. I think she just crossed over 6,000 subscribers. And I adore her because I think she is just a wonderful personality and great presence on camera. And she makes some very, very great points. I mean, she is just a born conversationalist. And I really do enjoy her podcast. So I'm going to give you that link. There it is. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chats or peg it if you're William. I'm going to peg it to the top of the chat. So you can go check that out. I don't know if Pedal is on today. I didn't get a notification, but it doesn't mean it's not so. So you can check that out as well. I do believe Duchess of Success is taking the day off. But again, don't take my word for it. You can go to their YouTube channel and look for notifications there. But otherwise, it has been great. Our last comment of the day is last comment of the day. Something profound that will, yes, there you go. Something that will unite us as a squad. There we go. Please keep replaying Archetypes. Let's keep it at #1. Thank you so much, Cookies and Cream. That is very wise words that you have just shared with us. Thank you for that. Thank you all for being here. I can't tell you how much it means that you guys trust me to do this work. That means the world to me. That means the world to me. And I greatly, greatly appreciate that you guys trust me to do this work. Let me see. Well, now Cookies and Cream, because she's gone through so much trouble. A word of encouragement. Never give up on what is ahead of you. Set your eyes on the goal and the crown awaits you. Stay blessed, Baron and Squatties. Debbie, that is beautiful. Well, okay, Cookies and Cream, I'm sorry, but this is going to have to be the last word of the day. I thought that was, I mean, not that, you know what I'm saying, but it's just, I mean, she went through so much trouble, right? Okay, speaking of which, I hope I'm not in trouble now, but she went through so much trouble. Oh, man. Okay, to our faves, thank you for the amazing kids. Our Queen of Hearts, no, our Queen of Everything and our Queen of Hearts. Thank you for those amazing kids. They are changing the world one good deed at a time. Oh, I like that. That's so profound. Maybe that's the last word. They are changing the world one good deed at a time. Okay, so thank you, everybody. And now we are going to ginge ourselves out of here. And all right, I'm not going to even say what I'm thinking. But thank you. And love you guys. And ginge.
Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker, what a pleasure to meet you. My goodness, are you warm enough out here?
I am.
Oh, good.
She's been here since 9:15.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Are you from here? Were you born and raised here?
Do you live here?
I live in Hoylake, which is about 6 miles away.
That's not too far.
No,
And what do you have planned for the rest of the day today?
just thinking about the honour of meeting you.
Thank you so much. That is the kindest thing. Thank you. It's a real honor to meet you as well. Thank you. You're so kind. Thank you so much. Well, Happy New Year. And thank you.
Oh, thanks, Olivia. I appreciate that. But I think we're gonna call it. But thank you so much for being here. I gotta get used to my new teeth. Oh, that hurts. Ah. Ah, that hurt. Ah, okay. Okay, thank you everyone.